Philly sports, love and pain. I'm Dave. That's Kenny.
I'm gonna have the poopsies. The
Kenny,
poopsies.
Kenny, like I got on this thing, and he's like, there's about a 5% chance that we make it through this podcast without me shitting my pants. For those who don't know, Kenny has a serious medical condition.
And I don't follow the rules.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to eat custard on
No.
Crohn's.
anything that's considered ice cream that's called a concrete mixer is probably a fucking mistake.
Fake milk custard.
Yeah, it's all egg heavy and shit. It's like mayo basically, just churned.
Oh yeah, you're screwed. So
I'm
listen,
fucked.
a lot of things have happened since last week.
I have an on-air theatrical play I will do towards the end.
Really?
Yeah,
I can't
You're
wait
not
to
gonna
hear-
like it.
Is it about 9/11? Oh my god! For those of you
it
who
is.
for those of you who are only listening to this, Kenny just showed me an airplane, so you can only guess where this is going. But yeah, so man, so
we
many
open with the Phillies?
so many things have happened. It's raining, like that's really big news, right?
It's not
No,
even raining. It's cold rain.
bro, the Phillies fucking signed Trey Turner.
I mean,
They did it.
yeah, but here's the thing: like the fans of Philadelphia are so mean that no one would ever want to sign here in a free agency
Yeah.
because they might get bullied.
Yeah,
Pussy.
who would ever want to come to Philly? So
I
crappy
hate that
here.
chick so much. See,
Not-
and that's what gives chicks like a bad name in sports, right? Because she shouldn't be blabbing her mouth like that. That's a bullshit statement.
But she's not like in sports, right?
She has that lipstick league podcast thing, and for those of you who don't know, what's her last name?
I don't know.
Nicole from 92.5 in the afternoon drive. She's brutal, bro. She basically said last year, was it before Bryce?
I don't know. It was Miles Sanders put up something that was like, oh, y'all should pump the brakes a little bit. It was when we were like relentless on Rager, which, by the way, fucking deserved every cent of
Every one of it.
boo. Okay, but anyway, that's when she, kind of went on her crusade about, no one wanting to play in Philly, or people aren't going to want to come here because we're too hard on players and we don't appreciate them and blah blah blah. And here we are, after all these free agents are showing up here, and Harden came after that, Schwarber, Castellanos, Trey Turner, like what? Like, come on, AJ Brown. Now he wasn't.
No,
I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. But,
Didn't have an option, but he loves it here, and I love AJ Brown.
how can you not love AJ Brown? Also, why did I not SGP 100 yards and 2 touchdowns? Like, why did I not do that? I knew they were going to feed him just for a sprinkle. Just for a sprinkle.
The two touchdowns is the concern. 1 in 100 is very easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, throw $20 on it for fun. Shit, now you probably won $500 on that.
Easy.
You know,
So, Trey Turner, huh?
Trey.
What
Turner.
does that mean for the Phillies? They're starting pitching away, one, from being really fucking good.
It means that their lineup is nasty. Like, it's
Where's
just
the hole, Stott?
Well, offensively,
Yeah.
I guess, but he's not even really a hole because he's like a contact hitter.
Yeah.
So, like, is that really a hole? Like, Trey
It might be.
Turner is capable of hitting 300.
It might be Castellanos.
Listen, I can't. I don't know. I can't really like talk too much shit because he was not that great last year. But I can't wait until he actually shows up because I'm
He
so
will.
tired of the hate. I'm just so tired of it.
He will.
Trey Turner has batted over 300, like 5 times.
Yeah, he's really fucking good. And he picked the Phillies for $42 million less over the Padres.
He took a pay cut over that time frame to come to Philadelphia to play with Bryce Harper and to play with Kyle Schwarber and Castellanos and everything else that we have going on right now in this city. And if you're not excited about the Phillies next year, I mean, I don't know what
Check your pulse, bitch.
I don't know what it's going to take. Like, I know they're probably going to sign a starter. Gibson's gone. He's in Baltimore.
He got a lot of money.
He got $10 million, I think.
Yeah,
for a
one-year deal.
Yeah. Which good for him, man. He seems like a nice guy. Like, I don't, whatever. Eflin went to the Rays, right? He got paid like $40 million.
Overpaid.
And then so the Phils have some holes in the starting rotation. Obviously, Syndergaard might stick around. And they're gonna get somebody else. It's just a matter of time.
If he sticks around, that's one more year post that injury. You know what I mean? Like he could. I mean, listen, Thor of old is dead.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
But you could get some decent work out of him.
It does kind of piss me off that we didn't get the good Thor, but we got a different Thor. He's like a different Thor.
Yeah, but I mean, you're probably not getting the really good Thor. Like Thor wouldn't have been on the Phillies if he was really good, because he would have never had to go to the Angels.
Right, because he would have just stayed in New York, probably. I guess is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, man, the Phillies are shaping, and man, it's cool. It's awesome to be this team, man. It's just everyone's. I feel like lately, actually, we've been pretty lucky when it comes to being like the epicenter for the free agency, or like for the hot team, the hot roster. Like,
someone's got to win something, though.
Someone's got to win something. You're right. I mean,
seriously.
and within the next 2 to 3 years, Philly will celebrate a championship. It's just a matter of which one.
The Flyers.
No, I probably won't be that, but they just took a shit on thou who shall not be named.
Okay,
Even they pooped on him.
Blind squirrel finds a nut.
They pooped on him.
They poop. I
think he still ended up with like a power play point or something. I don't know.
Of course he did. He averages a point a game, at least, maybe even more.
Yeah.
And that's your Flyers talk for today.
So Trey Turner, welcome to Philadelphia. Can't fucking wait. Let's go.
That's a see now you're in this range of like, what jersey do you buy? Do you buy Harper? Do you buy Turner?
Well, I mean, Harper and Turner are mainstays, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do the same with JT. I don't see JT ever leaving unless he's dead.
But he had such a bad April, and he was overrated and overpaid.
Overrated.
Fucking stupid. Fucking
fastest pop time of any catcher in Major League Baseball. JT Realmuto.
All right, I'm done with baseball. Let's move it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It's December. We're talking baseball.
Yeah. Oh shit!
It's
a big deal.
It's a big deal, Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
By the way, sidetrack. I saw that they're making a Mario movie, and it actually looks good.
People would be pissed though.
But it looks good, dude. It's done by Illumination.
Yeah, but I heard Chris. Well, all the people were like, they should have got an authentic Italian plumber to play the role.
Are you fucking kidding me? Someone said that?
Yeah, well, I added the plumber part because that's fucking funny. But
they should have got an authentic Italian person to play Luigi.
Yes. So I don't know, but also like I don't know. Did you remember the Sonic the Hedgehog controversy?
No, but I do remember something was up with that. I never saw that movie though, so I don't really know about it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I don't watch that. Why?
Yes, you absolutely do. You sit your son down and you watch both of those movies because they're fucking fantastic.
All right, fine. I'll watch
it.
Who made it? Who made it?
I don't know who made it. I forget, but it was good. Jim Carrey is fucking incredible. It's like his best role, since he's gotten old.
Okay. I'll watch
it. It's worth the watch. But when that trailer first dropped, the very first trailer of the first movie dropped.
Yep.
Sonic looked like, a mistake. And people were fucking pissed.
Like just because of the way he looked?
Because they drew him wrong. Like they didn't stay true to the video game.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
People were all pissed off, and then they started attacking them, and then guess what? They delayed the movie by a couple months and redrew him, and he looked like normal Sonic. So I think they're gonna bully because Mario looks different. I think, and people are pissed. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll go see it though.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. Sorry for
I
the
mean, it's a
sideshow.
fire cast of people too, so that always helps. Or it ruins the movie, right? It's no in between. There's never been a good movie with that many good stars in it. Or there's never been.
So who's Jim Carrey? Is he Eggman?
Of course he is.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And then I think, and I don't remember, but I feel like in the second one he became Fat Eggman. You know what I mean?
Oh well, yeah, he was definitely fat.
Yeah. So like the first one's like the origin.
I'm seeing breaking news. Breaking news. Taiwan Walker to the Phillies.
Shut up.
No, I'm not kidding.
I mean, he's helpful, but he doesn't move the needle. He's good.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to complain about that.
I'm gonna boo the shit out of him.
Can't boo him when he's on our team.
Boo anyone you want to boo.
Oh, you mean like if he fails?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No one's safe.
I mean, listen, everybody. If you fail, you get booed, bro.
Boo.
I'll take him though. Listen, I just looked him up. 12-5 last year. 12-5, 3.49 ERA, 29 starts. Okay, you want to be our fourth or fifth starter? Come on in, buddy.
Well, so let's say they don't make a move. Oh my God, I didn't want to do this today. I didn't want to talk about the Phillies.
But they just signed him literally right now.
No, not him. But now we're doing it. Wheeler, Nola, Ranger, Walker.
Syndergaard.
I get scared of Syndergaard. I get it, and we're hoping that he comes back from injury.
Well, that might be it. I have a feeling that Radon or however you say his last name.
If the Phillies, here's, I'll eat another chip, which is scheduled.
Wait, are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying no way because
he wants too much money?
Okay, that's what I thought you were saying. Okay.
Yeah. You know, we don't get Trey Turner if he doesn't take a discount, right?
I don't know. Maybe they knew.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
As a man that works in leverage sales, which is a nightmare, I can tell you that there was some persuading going on. Anyway, I will eat a second chip, which we're going to eat the first chip for the Michigan blowout of Ohio State on. What do we decide, the 20th? And then we're breaking that next week?
Yeah, so the 20th will be our last podcast of 2022, right?
Taking 2 weeks?
Well, no, the 20th, then we'll be off the 27th, and then we'll be back.
On the 3rd, yes. That's perfect. And then it's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Kenny.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We gonna party. Okay.
So that song came out in 2007. So I was in 7th grade, and I held hands with Michelle Tronovsky for the first time, and I really liked that chick at that point in time. I was so sweaty. I'll never forget it as long as I live. Skate 309, baby.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, so after my life insurance exam, because that's got a lot of sodium, that's going to peak me. We will do the chip on the 21st? On the 21st, the chip will be eaten live. I guess in the beginning of the podcast, right? Because I'm going to suffer for an hour.
Yeah. I would love to see you do it right away.
All right. Now, there's a tactic to this. You don't want to eat the chip like you don't want the chip to touch your lips. So I'm going to wear gloves. I'm going to break the chip, and I'm going to shove it in my pie hole. Because the lip burn is the worst part of it.
The lip burn is real.
And I'm not rubbing it in my eye. That was a little bit exaggerant because I will be in pain. I did that once in food sciences. Had to go to the ER.
No, listen. You just eat the chip, and however many pairs of gloves you want to put on, all that stuff.
And I'll make sure I wear a condom.
Wrap it up.
I think they don't get. I don't think they're gonna get Rodon, and I think they just signed Walker, and that's gonna be the move. They'll probably get a little more like bullpen help, but that's probably gonna be your starting 4 or 5.
Yeah, and it very well could be. And if they're gonna go into the season with that, I think I'm okay with it. To be honest.
No, I agree, and I think Noah's gonna take a little bit of a step forward because it's another year.
So 70, they signed him for 4 years, 71 mil. So
Baseball is the sport of choice, by the way. If you're a kid,
I know
and if
it's
you're,
just so hard, dude,
I know, yeah. I mean, I get
and
it.
it takes so long. They put you through the ringer, bro.
Put me through the ring.
Unless you're really fucking good, then I guess.
Unlikely for a kid from Lansdale, PA.
So
Anyway,
Joe Sparrow on Twitter chimed in and he was like, "Yo, you guys got to talk about this ridiculous
was
Joe
this the Jalen Hurts trade?
Joe Giglio fucking comment."
What do you say?
Well, the one I think he's talking about is being dumb about having to pay Bryce Harper and Trey Turner when they're 38 years old.
Who cares?
Like, is he? I don't really always know if he's serious.
Well, I mean, what does that matter? They'll
Well,
move the
that's-
contract if they need to.
Yeah, he hates he hates the contract for Trey Turner. Like
I hate him.
I don't understand how you could say you hate that contract. Why is everybody so worried about paying guys when they get older? Fucking Justin Verlander just won the Cy Young. He's 39. Guys are playing longer. It's just
And
a thing.
arguably in a harder position, right? For your body.
It's definitely taxing. Like, I mean, he's like, oh, they're going to pay him $52.6 million combined when they're both 38 years old.
All right, but it's not your 56.
Who gives a fucking shit?
Million.
There's no fucking salary cap. Nobody
Yeah.
fucking cares. Go win 2 World Series and it won't fucking matter because that shit will be sold out.
Baseball's one of those things that's like, we get annoyed about talking about money in general, but baseball is one of the ones where you're just like, who gives a fuck?
Spend that cheddar, get the people in the fucking ballpark, and let's go. Let's win some fucking games, man.
You thought it was expensive to go to a game last year. Oh, buddy, let me tell you.
No, they already published the prices. That shit ain't can't move.
They can't move it
No, they won't do that.
next year?
Yeah, they might sneak it up a little bit, but they're not going to go crazy because they need people there,
I mean, it is a little crazy now, right?
No, it's not. You can sit up in the upper deck. It's crazy when you want to be a fucking roller. Like if you want to be sitting 10 rows behind the dugout, yeah, you're going to pay $120 a ticket. Like, okay. If to sit out in the outfield, you pay $35.
Yeah.
Is it that bad? I mean,
Well, I mean, it's much more than just that, though. You got to park. You got to, probably eat.
you got to park. You don't got to eat, but I hear you.
No,
you can bring shit in. I'm serious. Like they let you walk in with anything at the Phillies game.
It has to be individually wrapped and in a Ziploc bag.
So you're telling me you can't walk in there with a fucking a 12-inch from fucking Primo and a fucking sealed bottle of water and be good?
You gotta individually wrap it. It can't be in the fucking. Trust me, I did this at the Eagles game. You have to open it up and you have to put it in either plastic wrap it or put it in a Ziploc bag to bring it in. They want to see if you have your 9mm sticking out of your sub.
Have they seen the shape of a gun?
Dude, this gun has a silencer in it.
Dude, it's a straight gun. I've never seen anything like it.
You just move the gabagool and you got yourself a shotgun. Man.
If it comes on top, I'll send it back. Put it
It's
on
me,
the side.
Mario.
So, yeah, Phillies, all right. They're going to be all right. And they're going to challenge, and they're going to be around, and it's going to be fun, and the ballpark will be juicing. I can't wait.
Hey, guess what about the Eagles?
What about them?
Stop committing penalties, you idiots.
So,
But it doesn't matter because they still won the game. So it's hard to rip them apart.
right, and you are a very big proponent of it doesn't matter they won. In every single category.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been saying that all year.
I know.
I mean,
But
you unfortunately had to deal with me at the Commanders game. That was too much. I almost think I was pretty good because it was too emotionally fucked up, that whole game.
that game was whack.
Dude, that was one of the wackest games I've ever been to.
Let's put it that way. And this team is just like any kind of ifs or you had about them or you're on the fence. I
Oh.
mean, you gotta check yourself because the Eagles are real, man.
I know, but I'm still terrified of Dallas. Just and here's the reason. When I say
Why?
terrified,
Why though?
okay, can you let me fucking speak?
I
Or I'm gonna
guess
take my Italian shotgun
I
out,
could
my
just mute
Italian
you.
hoagie.
I could just mute you.
Ooh, we can just mute you. Oh, you just big, powerful through your mute button. You got a mute button.
God, what are you so
Um,
scared of? What do they scare you with?
It's honestly, well, first off, I'm not worried about the offense is putting numbers up against dog shit teams, which we played those same dog shit teams. So I'm not taking that away from them, but they're not going to hang 54 on the Eagles, right? So I'm not worried about them. I'm slightly worried about the defense, but losing that other corner really does hurt them. He's done for the year, broken ankle. What scares me, ugh, um, if they lose, I don't want to listen to ESPN or anything else until the playoffs because it's going to be a suck and fuck for the Cowboys.
It already is a suck and fuck. I was watching
And you don't
whatever.
think, you think it's going to get better if they beat the Eagles?
I was watching whatever show that was the other day, Get Up or whatever fucking show. And they're like, ESPN Analytics has predicted that the Cowboys have a 50% chance of playing in the NFC title game. And I'm like, what? What?
But why? Ow, ow,
Damn, dude. Watch your teeth.
ow, ow. My pussy.
Oh, my God. They were talking about offensive efficiency, and it's like, I don't know, man.
I don't understand.
The analytical side of things, like they have the biggest, like they lead in a lot of different categories because they've lit up a couple teams so bad that like they stand out. So
Well,
like
okay.
their DVOA is high. Their fucking their point differential is the highest in the whole NFL. They have the highest point differential in the NFL.
Here's the thing.
You know,
Here's the thing. If the Cowboys do beat the Eagles, the only thing it does. Okay, let me rephrase this. If the Eagles beat the Cowboys, they're pretty much smooth sailing, right? They can afford a loss, and they'll still win the division. Do you agree?
say that again so I make sure I say the right thing.
If the Eagles beat the Cowboys, they can. It's kind of smooth sailing because they can lose one more game, maybe even two.
If the Eagles beat the Cowboys, they win the division hands down. They like the Giants can't even catch them
Okay,
unless they lose every other game.
which
Like
what is
I
that?
mean,
0%?
that's not gonna happen, right? So they'd have to lose both games to the Giants, and they'd have to lose two. They'd have to lose to the Bears.
They're beating the Giants.
It's not gonna happen, right? So that's why I said to you that Cowboy game is basically a playoff game because they're going to be probably playing to secure the division, and they're going to be probably still playing for the bye.
Well, yeah. Well, that's my whole argument is that like the Eagles to make the Super Bowl need the bye, and they need to win the division.
Do they need the bye?
I think so. Anytime you can have one less game is
I'm not saying that.
a beautiful thing.
I would love to have it. Do they need it?
Dude, you know how them divisional games get.
Yeah, it's pretty choppy.
I mean, I look back to that Falcons game, like just so lucky that they won that playoff
Oh my
game.
god, yeah. Oh my
The
god.
knee ball off to Torrey Smith.
The final
fucking-
play.
Yeah, I mean, Julio catches that ball 9.999 repeating out of 10 at that, and Julio at that. I mean, did you see the catch he had last night? It was like vintage Julio.
Yeah.
So, that's why I get worried about the game. I don't love it.
Yep.
So anytime you can get a break is huge. I just listen. I don't even like. I know everyone's like, oh, the penalties. Oh, the penalties. Yeah, it's probably would hurt them if they were playing the Cowboys. But and listen, the Titans aren't like this juggernaut squad. They're probably not that good. And once Tannehill got banged up, it was inevitable that they ain't doing shit.
But that's the whole argument though against like what you're talking about. Like they won the game, right? That's the whole argument against that or against that
I was
position.
getting there. I was
Yeah.
getting there. So my point is that like, yeah, if they had that many penalties against like a better team, the Cowboys or whoever else is like Kansas City or Buffalo, then that game's probably not a blowout and it's way worse. You know what I mean? Like closer.
Yep. Yep.
But who cares? They won the game. They won convincingly. We just moved forward, man. That was the only thing you can complain about, right? What else are you going to complain about? Tell me. I see people still, fucking Seth Joyner.
Oh, my God.
Fuck that guy. Are we done with this dude?
Dude, what is wrong with him? Like, really, what is wrong with him? Like, does he have CTE?
Do you remember that poster when you were in school and it was like this? It was all the animals smoking cigarettes, and then it was just like cracked, and it was like, this is your brain on egg or drugs.
Yeah, this is your brain.
That's Seth Joyner.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a few. Drugs are cool.
He was like, if they were just 10% more aggressive, this defense could just be so different and so much more stifling. And I'm like, are you a fucking idiot? Are you that crazy right now to be saying this shit? They just held their number one rusher was fucking Tannehill.
Yeah.
In what world, when Tannehill is the lead rusher, do you come on and say, well, maybe the defense should have been a little more aggressive?
Yeah, he can't. The man shouldn't talk. That's what I'm sick of it.
Come
man.
on,
I'm
man.
sick of
Like,
this
they
jock strap.
why do they always have to have some kind of fucking outlandish opinion? How come? Well, how about sometimes it's just, you know what? They were good today.
No, it will never happen.
Fucking A, dude. Because they were. To hold Henry to 30, that is dumb. That's dumb.
Well, I don't even think that the yards are the big deal.
Is he hurt?
No, I don't think so.
He's sick? I don't know.
He has the most usage in the league, so I'm sure he's tired.
30 yards, 11 carries, 30 yards, 2.7 a carry?
Yeah, that's the thing I'm most impressed with. And I'll tell you what, they don't need CGG.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. But he is really fucking good.
He's balling. That I sent a clip today to the chat, and there's it's like a high camera, like all 24 or all 22 camera or whatever, and he's just way back. He's 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, and it's a running play, and he just comes up like a fucking bullet, dude.
Piss missile.
And just makes the tackle, and I don't know if he saved that first down or not, but
it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. It was a fucking hit. Damn. That's safety play right there.
And you know what's funny is that we had all these penalties, but guess who decided to show up? Special teams. And boy, were they special.
Your boy.
My father-in-law gets so irritated with me.
Because does he like Brit?
No, he says that because remember I went to the game with him with Hoskins, and he says that I pick one person and I just bully them into the ground. And so for the Phillies it's Hoskins, and for the Eagles it's Covey. I mean, he's bad though. I mean, great game. So hopefully he's starting to see things a little better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
I mean, okay. What's the old saying? Once is an accident, twice is something, and third time is,
Listen, man, if we could get like a 15, 20 yard return here and there, that's what you need. You know what I mean?
His high was 27 yards. I mean, that's a good return.
Mm-hmm. And his long on punt or on punt was 27 and kickoff was 26, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And they were tackling. I didn't see many missed tackles this week. I mean, when they hit Henry, they hit Henry. Now, the first person is always going to miss that tackle, right? It's just you're not tackling Henry one-on-one. You're just not. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you do for a career. You're not doing it. But they were all there, quick to the ball. I mean, they balled out. Listen, the only complaint you could have is the penalties. You don't want that many in a game. And I don't think it fucking matters. I mean, they won the game. That's what I've been saying this whole entire time. Win the game. And everything I was worried about the Giants. They sweep the Giants. I don't even think the Giants are competitive.
The number one rated tackler by Pro Football Focus this
linebacker.
weekend. Nope.
Give me the position. I'll try it.
Reed Blankenship, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't need CG. CJ.
No, the
DJ.
linebackers were lights out too. Though T.J. Edwards was number 2, Kazir White was number 3, and N'Kobe Dean was number 4. Which, by the way, N'Kobe Dean, welcome to the squad a little bit because he
They're
finally
not gonna
got
get him in though, man.
No, I know he's not as good. I don't think yet as those dudes.
I almost disagree, but I think that
he's
there's
not
no reason.
You think he's as good as Kazir as White right now?
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't be like, thanks for all your services for 12
No.
games.
No.
But you're fucking done. So
Listen, he's a young guy. He's gonna be here a while. Like I'm looking forward to it. I actually think that this dude could end up being a starter and maybe even being a captain of the D.
I'll tell you what, he's gonna see some snaps now.
Yeah,
Before they were like, yeah.
dude's in there making plays, man.
And let's talk about break don't bend defense. It worked out again. Just saying.
Bend don't break, not
Whatever.
break, don't
Same
bend.
church, different motherfucking pew.
I hate that stupid fucking saying. It's like the dumbest fucking saying. I fucking hate it.
Anti-Semitic, bitch.
No, I'm not anti-Semitic. What are you talking about?
You bitch. You're gonna get on here like that other podcasts and blast fucking blacks and Jews.
No,
and
I don't know
things.
what that guy was on. That guy was on.
He's an idiot. I
Yeah,
mean, I
for
have
those-
a long leash at work like that. You know what I mean? Like, I could probably get on here and say some things, and it wouldn't make a difference. But that is just something you don't fucking do.
Yeah,
In
that guy
general,
was.
you
that
just
guy
like,
was-
are you a decent person or are you not?
Well, I was gonna say, like, you just don't think. You also don't like really think that way.
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean?
So, in case you guys don't know, can we talk about it or no? I mean, we're not saying it.
I guess. I mean, it's.
I mean,
all
he
over.
just basically the one. I don't even know what the podcast is. That fucking Kyle guy, Nitro, sweet nickname. It's not as good as Big Play Kenny. You like that? I changed it up today.
I see it.
He's that dude's been a fucking jerk off since the start of time. He's like a fucking Skip Bayless, but like ultraly like aggressive, fat shames women, racist piece of shit. So they basically were talking about how like an African American hasn't won a fucking Super Bowl since Doug Williams, and he used some words that I wouldn't recommend using. So, but you got to think before you fucking talk, you morons.
It's also a weird, dumb argument. Like it's pointless. Like where are you going with this? He's like, Mahomes is half white. Like, dude, what are you talking about right now?
Yeah,
dude?
who cares?
Like, what are we breaking out fucking pie charts on what people are? Like, what are
Do you
we
know
doing?
that Family Guy episode when Peter gets pulled over and he
Yeah.
pulls the cops using
Like
the color chart?
The card, yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking.
Like that's how ridiculous this dude sounded. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it was bad, honestly.
Anyway.
And a lot of shit.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but no, welcome to the squad, Mr. Dean, and I hope that we see a lot of him. I hope he sticks around. I don't really know what's gonna happen.
Well,
now.
if you see a lot of them this year, that means someone got hurt, right? Like I think we're.
Oh
in
yeah,
agreement.
no, I mean like in the future. Yeah.
He'll get 15 snaps. I think that's a good number for him.
Yeah, and I think that's what he had this weekend, 15.
He did, yeah. That's the only reason I said that. Do you think that they think though that like 15 snaps disrupts White's rhythm?
No, I don't think so because he still had 40.
What's 15 divided by 4?
A weird number.
Roughly 3, right?
Just under
3,
4.
6.
It's just under 4.
Yeah, so 3. So 3 snaps a quarter. I don't think that messes you up.
No, well, 3 is 12. 3 snaps a quarter is 12, but I don't know.
I'm
it's
at
probably
4. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. 4.
It's probably close. It's probably close to that, I guess.
If that messes you up, maybe you know what I mean. Something going on.
I wonder what their speed is like. What their speed comparison.
You got a
is.
little Wentz in you if that's messing you up.
Man.
Dude, how electric was that Commanders game?
Oh yeah, electric.
Bro, the tie's the best thing that could have happened. It literally takes everything. You know what I mean?
No, listen. It's good. It's good. It's a good result for the Eagles. Yeah.
A lot of good results, except for the fucking Jets, idiots.
The Jets should have won that game.
Did
And
you watch it?
He throws the pick at the goal line.
It wasn't even the pick that was the problem.
Well, there was a lot of problems.
They should have won the game with 1:10 left in the
Right.
game.
They had 2 chances to win.
They had a total of 8 downs to win the game.
How confusing are the Lions too?
I told you, no one wanted to believe old fat Kenny week 1.
They're confusing.
I mean, they're
like they suck, but then like they show up sometimes.
They I don't think they've been blown out this year though. I think they've been pretty consistent. But we couldn't have this podcast and not talk about what Hurts did. So this is why the Eagles should scare the shit out of anyone. He rushes for 150 yards. The offense as a total runs for 363. Just absolutely deep throats the Packers rush defense, right?
You know what this is like to me? This is like how Bill Belichick used to be. Like Bill Belichick used to be like, yo, like last week we had 250 rushing yards, and then this week we're gonna have 12, and we're gonna throw the ball 55 fucking times, and we're gonna score 5 fucking touchdowns, and you're not gonna be able to do a damn thing about it.
And it's funny because if you looked at the Packers defense, terrible against the run, as we saw, really good against the pass. If you look at the Titans defense, really good against the rush, terrible against the pass. They're just going to do whatever they need to do to fucking pick you apart. It's like a scab. It's just dangling there, and you're going to rip it off however you can.
So, barring injury, dude, barring injury, right? Because everything is always, there's always that caveat. Like, if people get injured, shit changes. It's just the way it is. But, like, barring injury, How do the Cowboys beat the Eagles? Like how does it even look? Because I don't see it.
Tampa Bay, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, but that's not what he is anymore.
Exactly my point. I don't know. I'm coming around, boys. I'm coming around.
Yeah, like he's just not that anymore. I'm way. Like,
Do you think 20 penalties though is a winning formula? Like they got to clean that up, right? You agree?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. No.
Like it doesn't ring the alarm against like the Titans or the Colts or maybe even the Giants, but it rings the fucking alarm against the Cowboys for sure.
You can't let it keep happening because then it becomes habit. It becomes habitual and it becomes part of you, and then you don't want that every week, right? So that's the biggest concern I think that you have to have for the penalties.
I can't wait to see who the ref is.
We could probably look it up
because that's it's gonna matter. I know everyone's like, because
it does matter a little bit.
This ref crew was looking for all false starts. I mean, they obviously were looking for false starts. Not saying that they weren't false starts, but you could argue that every play
and they missed one.
A critical one.
Like a very critical, clear one.
Yeah.
This referee was Adrian Hill.
I normally like him, though. I don't have much to say about him.
I do, too.
Now, I'll tell you who I don't like. Is it Alex who did the Commanders game? That fucking guy.
I know, again, I know their faces. Like, I don't know, like, their names.
And honestly, like,
actually, I probably know their voices more than anything else.
Brandon Graham said it best, or whoever said it. It wasn't a Jason Kelsey said it wasn't a face mask because they didn't call it.
And, well, that's a good point.
And technically, Brandon Graham's hit on Heineke was late and not safe. So you just hope they swallow a whistle there. So anyway, enough of that.
It was late. It was.
Who was it? Did you find it? Who is it?
It's not. It's not announced yet. Oh wait, here it is. I just found it. It is. Drum roll. Cleet Blakeman.
No.
Yeah.
He's pretty experienced. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me look it up.
No, Cleet Blakeman. Oh yeah. This dude didn't he just do the
Yep, he just did the Monday night game or
yeah,
Thursday.
he was just on primetime. I don't mind him.
We're gonna find out.
I don't have their stats. Like I'm sure there's some gambling website out there that has like their fucking over-unders and shit.
Yeah.
Broken down. I'm not worried about it that much. The bottom line is they just need to stop being stupid with penalties, and they know that. They all know that,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine.
Did you see Brandon Graham though on his way into the in the tunnel, like talking shit?
I didn't. Yeah, did someone say something?
No, he was just fucking hype. He was like, King Henry.
Yeah.
What?
What?
People thought he was saying canned ham.
Okay. What?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You can't make up shit. Twitter is a different world, man.
It really is. It's fucked up.
So, AJ Brown had, arguably, I don't know. I mean, I don't know his entire history of game log, but he had to have had one of his best games probably ever as a wide receiver. I mean, he's probably had a couple games where he's been over 200 yards or whatever, but in that spot against that team, and it's at home, looks pretty good. 119 yards on 2 TDs. Let's go. I mean, that's pretty good.
3.
Devontae had 102 yards. Like, 2 100-yard receivers? Are you kidding me?
They're going to have 2 1,000-yard receivers, a tight end that's probably more than likely going to end around 850, right? I would think. Oh, you know what, though? Hurts hurt himself. Not literally, figuratively.
Well, yeah, because he only had like 12 yards.
Yeah.
So that hurts the 1,000-yard, rusher.
That's gonna bump it up to at least 78 now.
He's not getting it.
No.
But I remember talking about this. I think his over-under preseason was like 850.
Smith's at 711.
So
And Brown-
Devontae's at 711.
Yeah, and Brown's already there. 50 yards.
AJ Brown has 950.
Mm-hmm. And Miles Sanders is already there.
Wonder where he plays next year. We're not ready. We're not ready. We can't talk about it yet.
I think if they win the Super Bowl,
It's too soon.
If they win the Super Bowl, he's definitely gone. If they don't win the Super Bowl,
That's
I think
funny. That's interesting.
he might come back on like a friendly kind of deal, like, because if they lose the Super Bowl, it's like on some bullshit. I think, like, if they don't make the Super Bowl or even win it, this team is too good not to win it. This one's gonna hurt, man. If they don't win it, this will hurt. This one is gonna be the most. It didn't hurt when the Phillies lost the World Series. It hurt, but it didn't hurt that they shouldn't have been there. They had a hell of a thing. They didn't get swept. They got it to 6 games. You know what I mean? They weren't going back to Houston and winning. Oh no.
Oh my God, dude.
God said hello.
That was from deep within.
Yeah, that hurt, and it smells.
All right. So this will be like one of the hardest, worst hurts. It probably since like the Sixers, right?
The triple bounce?
Yeah.
I think worse. I think way worse.
Okay, so
The only way it's not way worse is if they get eliminated in the first round after the bye or whatever. You know what I mean? If they get the bye.
Oh my God, dude, that would be rough.
I don't see a scenario.
I mean, that's like riot. That's like riot status.
Where is there a scenario where it doesn't hurt?
You imagine they're 11, they're like 13 and fucking or 14 and 3, and they lose in the second round of the playoffs after the bye. Like, oh my God, dude, Philly might burn down.
I just took it back. I don't really know where it doesn't hurt. I don't think I think it hurts everywhere.
Oh man. Oh boy. we're in a no-win situation.
You have to prepare yourself. You know what I mean? I've been telling you that for years.
God, it's the worst, man. It's the worst.
I don't want to say it, but you know what I mean?
I know. It's always in the back of my mind, like every fucking season, like no matter what. And I think that's probably part of reason why, like, they're 11-1, and we're even having these thoughts. Like, most people, they're like, oh my God, you're 11-1. That's so amazing. You guys are having a great year. Like, yeah, I know. It doesn't feel like it. It's so fucking weird.
We know better. I mean, that's all it is.
I feel like this team is, I hate to go back to the well, but this team is different. This team responds. This team executes. This team finds a way. Like, this team just has something.
They had the pizzazz, the panache.
Yeah. They just I don't know, man. They have another gear, that most teams don't have. And it's incredible to me to remember, to think about what they looked like last year in that playoff game, and think about what they look like now. That's incredible.
Some would say it's coaching.
I mean, if this is what Jalen Hurts is like when he has the same coach for 2 years, what is it like when he's got the same coach for 4? Holy shit.
Dave, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do this.
Jalen Hurts needs to be here for fucking ever.
They need to win a Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts needs to end his career in Philadelphia.
I need the Super Bowl. Yeah, this is. I mean, seriously, if they don't win it, this is woof.
Now it's gonna be a gut punch, no doubt. I need them to at least get there. I think for me,
Anything
listen, like
short.
You have, there's a lot of experience that comes with making a deep run into playoffs. So, they made it to the division weekend last year and they got fucking housed. So, winning an NFC championship would be a huge accomplishment, right? I mean, you got to give that to them.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I just.
You're nervous, man.
I am. Dude, I have to do this because if I don't, then I'm going to be like, I'll be even more hurt. Right, bud? What do you think? Show everyone. What do you think?
Rado.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good take.
Did he lick the mic?
Did you just see him fall? I can't wait to clip that.
Dog is a stud.
Oh, let me tell you about this fucker.
Uh-oh.
Guess who came back visiting in the yard last night?
Foxy Brown?
Old Foxy Brown. And my terrier will not allow me to sleep when this fox is in the hood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
He was. And you know what? He's gaining a bark. He's only 6 years old. He's finally finding his bark. And he is barking every 10 minutes. And then I'm like, who's here? Like, you know what I mean? I'm all panicked because I'm sleeping, dead sleeping. I'm go downstairs butt-ass naked with a baseball bat. Which I think would just scare a robber away in general. You know what I mean? Like, and I couldn't figure it out for the first 3 or 4 times, and then the 5th time I heard it. The little laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to kill it.
Did he just hear it, or can they see it?
No, they only hear it. So it's harboring around my fence line because I don't think it can get in. So
Okay.
I think it's on the out. Yeah, I think I don't fucking know, but I'm telling you right now.
Well, they're good for you, honestly.
I know.
They're
'cause I have-
verminators.
Well, that's the whole thing. I always find snake skin around the perimeter of the house, and Chris is like, I'm like, no, let this motherfucker let it eat because it's feasting on everything that's been getting in these fucking walls.
That's right. Let it fucking eat. And
when you change out 3 or 4 outlets in your living room and there's dead skulls in each one of them, you've had a mouse problem for years. So I haven't seen them, thank God, since old Spiny out there. But you're right.
No.
I don't want to get rid of it, but I also need to sleep.
Yeah, I mean,
king bed.
Do you keep the dogs with you?
Well, here's the thing. So in case you guys, I mean, I think most people know who are listening, but I have a shepherd who will not leave my wife's side. So she lays next to her or in the hallway from up the steps to the bedrooms, right? So she's in between all the rooms in that little corridor. That's where she stays. But my terrier is an independent man. So he will sleep anywhere, but not in our room.
See, we gate our dogs in our room.
You gate them in your room?
Yeah, for this purpose. Because Lumen, our female shepherd, Akita,
Slut.
will not sleep. She will literally sit at the windows all night and watch for deer and foxes and everything else that fucking runs around over here. She won't sleep. So we gate them in our room. We don't let them out.
But your bathroom's detached from your bedroom.
No, we have like a master bathroom.
Oh, that pink tile is just right outside your bedroom.
That's the old bathroom in the hallway. That's like the everyone bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a bathroom still. Like we don't have to like worry about that shit. So we keep them. We leave our door open. We just throw the gate up, and then
What did you do? Say when you had a baby.
Well, the baby would be in our room for the first few weeks, and then after that, his room is basically right next to ours. So
You would just hop the gate, or you would open the gate every time.
we don't close the gate. They don't try to go through it. We just like lean it up against the door
Got
jam.
it. All right, so it's a lean job.
Yeah, it's a leaner.
All right. There's no fucking way that my wife is gonna go for both the dogs plus us. One time I got out of bed and I startled the shit out of Sheba. I didn't know she was under me, and she was like, and like I was like, oh shit, it's me. You know what I mean? So like she just, she's old, man. She's an old shepherd.
Yeah,
She's got
dude.
one thing on her
Listen,
mind.
I hear you. Ours is getting up there too. Lumen's like 11.
Yeah, she's older than mine.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what we do, and it's been working out pretty good. Because if not, dude, we wouldn't sleep because we'd constantly be thinking we're under attack over here.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. Yesterday. Thank God I heard the fox because I was going fucking nuts. I literally was losing my shit.
Brutal.
And you know what? Like you wanted, and this is the fun thing about these two dogs. And like Sheba doesn't know, I don't think, what's going on. She can hear, like, don't get me wrong, but she's listening for like, air brakes. That's her thing. Air brakes. It's over.
Air brakes.
Yeah. But this little fucker, he's like, did you ever watch 101 Dalmatians?
Yeah.
The Schnauzer? That's what he's mixed with in the barn.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He rings the alarm and he's like, and then I hear, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh my god. What a fucking circus. Dogs are the best.
They are.
Anyway.
This is a sports podcast, not a best in show.
Anyway, so like I do. I think it's gonna suck if they lose, but I would not be surprised if we are happy. That's all I'll say.
I'm not gonna be happy. Well, I
don't know. I don't know. Like like if they make it to the Super Bowl and they compete, like will it suck in the moment to lose that? Yes. But would it be like life altering terrible if they lose by a field goal? It would suck tremendously, but it would not suck as bad as losing early, I feel like. I say that now. I don't know.
What are the odds the Eagles make the Super Bowl and my flight gets delayed coming home from Hawaii? Like, pretty good, right? Like, that's just how things work for me.
Why would your flight get delayed?
You tell me.
I mean, it's not direct, right? You lay over somewhere?
A bunch of places.
Well, that's an issue.
That's what I'm saying.
And it could snow. Where's the Super Bowl?
Arizona. Which is a
just go to Arizona.
It's a layover.
Just stay there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's seriously, you probably could.
I mean, it's a conversation that's gonna have to be brought up if they're in the Super Bowl.
The problem is, like, are you going to be laying over in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a problem, right? Because it's going to be hard to get a hotel.
Yeah.
And all the rooms are going to be ridiculous.
Or we just bite the bullet and buy a fucking ticket.
Or
cancel the whole trip.
Sleep in a minivan.
It's always a possibility.
Wild. It's going to be wild. All I know is that if the Eagles win or tie this weekend, they clinch a playoff berth officially.
And what, they need to beat the Cowboys? They probably get the division, right?
I think it's pretty obvious that, like, they're going to make the playoffs at this point.
I mean, if they didn't, I wouldn't want to be around this city.
They'd have to literally have to lose every game that they have left. I don't really see that happening.
How about Tom Brady helping our draft stock?
How about Tom Brady forgetting how to play football?
Well, for 3 quarters.
For 3, yeah. That game was putrid.
Oh, so bad. Did you see the meme that came out? It was like it was 4 squares, and it was like Mike Glennon first quarter. It was Tom Brady, and then it was like Mike Glennon, Mike Glennon, Mike Glennon, then Tom Brady in the fourth. It was so fucking funny.
That's good. Some of those four squares are good.
Yeah, they're pretty decent.
Like the Cowboys putting up 54. They didn't actually fucking put up 54. Like that's
No, the
fucking,
defense had a lot to do with that.
let's stop. They had a fucking special team touchdown. Like there's all kinds of wacky shit that happened in that game. Baker Mayfield got picked up by the Rams, by the way.
The Ram, man, he's a perpetual loser.
Talking about perpetual losers, James
My
Franklin.
toilet bowl is about to be a perpetual loser.
James Franklin takes the Penn State Nittany Lions into the Rose Bowl against the Utah Utes.
They're gonna get handed.
I don't think. No, they won't. They're gonna win.
Do you think they used all their energy to beat USC?
I think Utah doesn't care about this game.
That's a silly statement, right?
Is it? Is it a silly statement? You got guys literally bailing out of the fucking playoffs. I hate it. I hate what college football has become.
Here it goes.
I hate it. We're too deep into podcast now for me to even go into this, but I hate that they let college players opt out.
I mean, how are you going to keep them there? I guess if they have an NIL deal, then they have to play.
What? The team is in the playoffs because
Man,
of
this
that
is
guy.
unfortunate because we're so long into this podcast, but I got shit, so we wanted to.
You're going right now?
Yep.
All right, go.
All right. You want to pause and resume, or are you just going to talk to yourself?
I don't know.
All right. It's going to be. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be a custardy mess.
You got to be quick. Go. Ready, go. I'll time you.
I'm going to mute it just in case you guys got to hear it. You don't want to do that.
No, don't want to hear that. So I could do this. I could go. I could go for a few minutes on this college football situation. I think that the reason why teams like Ohio State are who they are is because of guys like Njigba, right? Now I'm specifically mentioning him because he decided to opt out of this game and opt out of the playoffs with Ohio State. And I understand why, because, these guys are at the point now where they know they can make it into the NFL and they know that they have a payday waiting for them, come the draft. Right. But it's ruining the game. It's ruining college football. And I mean, college football is already pretty much ruined. I talked about this with Jason actually a couple times, friend of the podcast. And it's just college football is a very, very broken situation. And this just makes it worse. This drives the stake, into the ground even further on how broken college football is. And, it's just a circus. And you're going to have the same 6 teams that are always good. And you're just going to continue to let, everything changes when you have major players like that opt out of playoffs. So it's just, I don't know. It's rough. But so all the bowl games have been announced. The top 4, the playoffs have been announced. So number 1 is Georgia. Number 2 is Michigan. Number 3 is TCU still, even though they lost to Kansas State. And listen, they lost to Kansas State in overtime. It's like it was a close game. It was a championship game. But they lost by a field goal. It's not like a bad loss, really. It's a loss, but it's not a bad loss. And number 4, Ohio State, right? So, and they deserve to be there. They're a good squad. And the first thing that I noticed when I saw things come out with the matchups, Georgia versus Ohio State, Michigan versus TCU, I was curious about the gambling side of it. And the first line that I saw was Georgia, Ohio State. And that line opened up at 6.5. And if you are a gambler, you know that 6.5 is just below a prime number, a prime football number, which is 7, and a key number. And it tells you that Vegas expects this game to be very highly competitive, not just because it's a playoff game, but the public will most likely expect Georgia to just pummel and destroy Ohio State. And the fact that Vegas set the line where they did, makes you think twice about that, at least, if you are someone who cares about spreads and looks at things like that. The other game, Michigan TCU. Michigan is 7.5 over TCU. And I honestly think that that's a good line. I think that that's going to be a good game. I think that they're both going to be good games. I think that Ohio State has a chance to beat Georgia. Now, with Njigba not there, definitely changes things. But they should both be great games. They're both on New Year's Eve. One at 4:00, one at 8:00, and it should be pretty cool. But I'm gonna do a bowl. I'll do a bowl rundown while Kenny's in the toilet. Shocker, Mr. Crohn's over there. So we kind of talked about this a little bit, but Penn State's playing Utah. That line opened up at, I think, 3, but right now it's at Utah minus 2.5. That's a tight line, and it should be a close game. I think I watched a little bit of Utah this year. They're very similar to to Penn State, actually. I think that they're both gonna try to run the ball. Utah has a heavy running attack. Penn State's defense is not terrible, as everyone knows. Their rushing defense is not. I mean, I think they're both top 15 rushing defenses, so it's actually going to be a pretty good matchup for a Rose Bowl. I think Penn State has a chance. I mean, with Clifford, you really don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes dude shows up, sometimes dude doesn't show up. So it's going to be what it's going to be. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other ones that stick out here. I don't know what the names of them are. Idaho Potato Bowl. I don't know what all the names are, but some interesting UAB and Miami of Ohio. Yeah. That's one of them early ones. That's like one of the first bowl games. Let's see one of the big ones. So Oregon's playing North Carolina. That should be a pretty good matchup. Oregon line is at Oregon minus 12. I think Oregon should win that game, but that should be a good one. Another good one should be Oklahoma, Florida State. Oklahoma's record is terrible this year, but they're not as bad as their record, and I think that should be a pretty good game. You got Texas, Washington. A couple good games here. Tennessee versus Clemson. I know Tennessee lost Hooker, but Tennessee, the backup, the other guy that they have playing quarterback was actually decent in the one game that I saw. In the
Wolf.
Kenny has come back. Kenny, I was on a bowl roll, dude.
Bowl roll, not the fun bowl.
So the next one that I was going to bring up was Alabama versus Kansas State.
Alabama,
Kansas State. And what would you think that the line would be on that game?
8.5, Alabama.
The line is Alabama minus 3.5.
Really? Is Kansas State that good?
I think that there's probably going to be 15 dudes opting out of the Alabama fucking side. That's probably what's going to happen because college football is broken.
I mean, what do you expect them to do, though?
What do you mean? What do I expect? I expect you to fucking play the season. Why are you getting drafted into the NFL?
If you're Joey,
Why are
if
you
you're-
getting drafted in the
If
NFL?
you're Joey Porter Jr.,
Answer
why are you
my
gonna
question.
Shut up. Why are you going to play in a meaningless bowl game?
Why is it meaningless?
What do you mean? Why is it meaningless? You gotta. If you're gonna get drafted and you potentially could be a top 10 pick, and then you blow your fucking knee out, you now fall. Look at Sidney Jones.
Well, then they should get protection.
Fine.
There's got to be something that has to be done. It's starting to ruin football, college football. The whole opt out thing. It's stupid. One of my ideas was to make like a super conference out of the good teams, and then have it constantly rotate.
What does that mean?
So like the good teams, like the top 12, you all leave your conference and you go to a super conference, right? And then you all play each other, and then the bottom 6 of those teams left out of that next year, they get relegated back to their original conference, and then other people rotate into the super conference. That would be fucking amazing.
How would you fill the void from the other conference you're leaving?
Why do you got to fill the void? They're always playing teams outside of conference anyway. You don't need to fill the void.
If you have Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State in your super conference, that's 3 voids in the Big Ten.
No. You only can make it into the super conference if you either win your
Cocaine or fuck a stripper.
win your conference, right? So like once it starts, like you got to start somewhere, right? So like start with all the conference winners. Take them out. Put them in a fucking super division. Let them fucking battle each other. Keep the rivalry games. Everybody wants your rivalry games. Fucking keep them. Who cares? Everybody plays all these different fucking teams all the time. Why does it matter what conference you're in? It doesn't. So at the end of the day, they could fucking make it cool, and you could have a super conference, keep your rivalry games, and see what happens. I think it would be fucking cool, man.
Never gonna happen.
No, it's never gonna happen. What will happen though in 2 years is there will be a playoff. There'll be a 12-team playoff, and it's actually going to be pretty cool, I think.
Penn State would make it.
But nobody's going to play in the games because they're not important and they don't mean anything. So,
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to fix that.
the only way to fix that is to pay them.
Okay. Are you gonna pay me $25 million signing bonus?
Well, no.
That's the problem.
Well, is it about money or is it about the sport?
Of course, it's about money. You know that, and I know that.
These kids, they're all getting free. They're all getting a free degree. They're all getting a free.
Don't do that.
No. I'm saying, and then you throw like $5 million on top of that. That's not good enough to play in a fucking bowl game.
I wouldn't.
Come on, man.
If you're a projected fucking first round pick, top 5, you're gonna make way more than that.
What's the percentage chance that you get injured in that game?
I don't fucking make the rules. I don't know.
I'm just saying it's like a really small percentage chance that you get injured.
Yeah, but knowing you're lucky, it'd be you, right?
Well,
And then you're fucked.
You're fucked until you recover, and then you go fucking prove that you're still good.
Yeah, but a lot of these injuries, you know.
I don't know. Hate it.
I get it. I mean, I feel it. I just don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, I don't really either, other than the super conference idea. But that still doesn't change that doesn't really change the fact that the guys don't want to play because they feel like the games don't matter. So I don't really know. You can't fix that. I mean, it's never gonna change, right?
What does a Rose Bowl mean to Joey Porter Jr., who is no longer going to be on that campus? Who it doesn't fucking matter. It means nothing. It means nothing to him.
I guess, but like, what does any of it mean then?
It's just a means to get into the NFL, bro.
Okay, so if that's the case, then what they need to do is designate 12 teams that are only meant for people that are going to the NFL.
It's already there.
I know, but at least then you know it.
Everyone knows it. If you're an elite player, you're not gonna play in it. I listen. I don't love it, but it doesn't bother me.
It only bothers me because it changes the feel of the game. I feel like.
You could argue that
Dude,
it gives people valuable reps, younger players in a Rose Bowl game. Oh shit. You know?
they get more opportunities.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just probably stretching there, but
That's whatever. So, we should just at least glance on this.
what?
Glenn Rivers needs to be fired.
I've been saying that. He's terrible.
It is like a ship with no captain. When Embiid and Harden are healthy, he doesn't know what to do.
I don't get it.
He's a great coach when they're not there. When they're not there, it's actually fun to watch the Sixers. When they're there, it's like it's so weird, man. They force it to them. They have bad possessions. They don't I don't know what it is. It's so fucking weird. I don't know what it is. I was talking about this with Gordy the other day. It's just something missing. And I where else do you look other than at Glenn, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine he survives till Christmas, right?
I
Or
think
maybe
he will. I think he will. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. We're way too far into this podcast to get into something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But we should talk about the gambling, right? And then get our picks and get out of here.
All right.
So Kenny, you had USC. And that was a loss, obviously.
Yeah, but I didn't bet USC.
Me neither. Because that is when all the chips are down, and that's the more important part.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
When you're picking these picks on Tuesday, it's a little different. You don't see like all the public stuff, right?
Exactly.
Ravens minus 8.5. That was a loss.
Yeah, what the fuck? Are they bad?
Well, Lamar got hurt,
Yeah.
so that probably was a factor. They still won the game because Denver's horrendous, but
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Cowboys minus 11. That was a win. That was your favorite play of the weekend.
Yeah, I knew that.
Chargers minus 1. That was a loss.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. Raiders have their.
They're
number.
done, right?
The Raiders
6
have
and
their
6.
number. No, they're not done.
Yeah,
And you had Eagles minus 5.
well, that's all right. It's not the worst week.
No, you 2 and 3. I had USC minus 3, obviously loss. Michigan minus 16.5, win. Niners minus 4, win. Buffalo minus 4, win. Titans plus 5, loss. So I was 3 and 2. Not bad.
No.
Had a decent weekend. College, I was undefeated in the championship games, which was
I
cool.
donged the Utah game.
You had that or no?
Oh yeah, dude. I have fucking good amount of money on Utah
Utah?
to win.
Yeah,
and then
Utah.
the win,
Yeah,
and then the
Utah.
over.
Utah, Kansas State, Georgia, Tulane, Clemson, and Michigan. Those are all my picks, and they all hit. So what do you want to do this weekend? We should. Why don't we pick the Army Navy game?
Ugh.
We should do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Nah, fuck that game.
I know nothing. I mean, if I had to, what's the line?
It's Navy minus 1.5.
I mean, what are the records? I know nothing about either of these teams.
Navy is 4 and 7. Army is 5 and 6.
Give me Navy.
Taking the favorite.
Yep. Oh, here it is.
I'm taking Army.
I mean, this is fucking stupid. I mean, they're both terrible.
They're
Wait,
bad.
wait, wait. No, I take it back. I want Army.
Yeah, I'm taking Army. I'm
I
not
just
taking-
looked at the stats. Yeah, Army.
But why is Navy favored though?
Yeah, who cares?
All right. So you want Army plus the 1.5.
They're probably favorite because no, that's not
It
true.
probably
I-
has something to do with like the fucking history of the matchup and
Yeah.
how many times they've
Fuck
won and
that.
whatever the fucking bullshit. All right. So moving on to the NFL. And keep in mind you must pick the Eagles game. So you got 3 picks plus the Eagles. What do you like?
Giants plus 7.
Going right out of the gate and taking the Giants plus 7.
Ooh, Lamar Jackson's out, huh? Because the Steelers are favorite. Why is the Vikings line so low? What is going on?
People giving Detroit some props after that 40-point
I'll take the Niners minus 3.5.
Niners with Mr. Purdy
Mm-hmm.
at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Niners minus 3.5. Man, the games this weekend are fucking weird.
Terrible. Give me Jets plus 9.5.
Look
no,
at all
I
the-
don't like that.
Look at
I
those
like
the lines are so weird.
All right, I don't want that Jets game, but I want the Bengals minus 6.
Against massage table.
Yep. Am I done?
No, you got one more.
Seahawks minus 4.
All right, I have Seahawks minus 3.5, so I'll give you that.
All right.
Cool. So I will also take Army plus 1.5. I'm gonna take the Eagles, mostly because the line is 7, and I think that
I think the Eagles win.
I think that it's gonna be around. I think it's gonna be around that line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Bills, and it's a kind of a redemption game for them. Also, they need to get their shit together because Miami is knocking on that door.
Yeah.
Miami's only 1 game back, so take the Bills at home. I'm gonna take. Man, I do not like. I'm gonna take Kansas City. I think that's gonna be a blowout.
I was looking at that, but the Broncos are annoying.
I know they are, and it's a division game, and shit's always weird. But Kansas City, they had a weird. They didn't. Kelsey had a fumble like in the 4th quarter. It was
Yeah.
a weird. It was a weird loss for them. I like them, and Denver's bad, dude. And then my final pick of the weekend on a Tuesday. I'll take the hold my nose, and I'll take the Steelers.
I don't know why they're favorite though. It's a weird.
Minus 2.5. So wrap it up. We both took we both took Army plus 1.5. Kenny took Giants plus 7, Niners minus 3.5, Bengals minus 6, Seahawks minus 3.5. I took Eagles minus 7, Bills minus 9.5, Kansas City minus 9.5, Steelers minus 2.5. That is way too many favorites. There's no fucking way that's gonna happen. But that's what I did. It's too late. No takes backsies. So Kenny, what's the performance? What's the performance of the day
I'm not ready. I'm performance shy.
next week?
Next week. I'm too shy. I got to come up with a good twin tower.
Trey Turner. Holy shit. The visuals. Oh, the visuals. Oh, and they're red and blue. Look at that. All right.
So wait, before we go,
What?
we have to talk about my wife and her egregious statement before this podcast.
Oh, let's talk.
She says to me, Kenny, there are more things to life than the Eagles football game on Christmas Eve. And I said, what? He said, it's Christmas, and we're going to do whatever we need to do to make sure, blah, blah, blah. You know, at this point, I've blacked out in rage. And I simply said, well, unfortunately, not this year.
So what's the plan? What's it shaking out like over there?
Well, because I know my mother doesn't listen to the podcast, we are trying to backdoor Christmas Eve and move it to my sister's. So my mom would still do, you know, the cooking or whatever she wants to do.
Where the game would obviously be on.
Well, they have 2 floors.
Yes.
And, like, I don't really want to watch it. Like, you know, like, everyone be chatting and fucking. I need to hear it.
Yeah. I did not get to hear the game this week.
Ugh.
Yeah, we had a little Friendsgiving situation over here this weekend.
Terrible. I guess I'm not a friend because I wasn't invited.
It was Brianna's friends, in my defense.
Oh, I'm no longer Brianna's friend. Okay. Take it to the bank.
Listen.
This is where the planes came from. Maverick. Get it? Top Gun. I had a 1-year-old birthday party on Sunday, and it was funny as shit because her brother and her dad they have a TV in the kitchen, right? So we're watching the game, and like they're like happy, and then her brother, and it was like the Eagles were driving or something, and her brother was like, "Well, I'll mute it, but that's it." So then it was just us 3 singing "Happy Birthday" to the TV screen.
That's fucked up, man.
But it was awesome. It was a great time. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. Listen, the Eagles are part of culture.
Yeah, it's just listen. If it wasn't the Cowboys and it wasn't for the division, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
Hey, you know what? My wife said to me about the Eagles. I said, "Yo, you know the Eagles play on Christmas Eve." She's like, "That's fucking great. Let's get on the couch with some wine and watch the fucking Eagles game." I said, "Fuck yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about."
Can I move in?
Plenty of space.
I saw Grayson's bedroom tonight. That seems creepy, but I saw a video and dude, that room could fit 3 families.
His room, it's not that big.
I mean, I know a couple homeless people that would love to have that room.
It's a nice room. You know, he's got some Christmas lights up in there. He's got some swag up in there.
I hear that kid lives a better life than I do.
He's all right. But yeah, so that's what we'll be doing on Christmas Eve.
Wait. So you're not seeing family on Christmas Eve?
No.
Just Christmas?
Yes.
How do you do that?
New traditions, Kenny.
You know, see, that's what my wife has been hinting at this, and I think I'm leaning.
New traditions. It always used to be Christmas Eve used to be a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like we got married and we still did that. And then, you know, stuff happened within the family, you know, all the fabric starts to bend and stuff, you know, and everybody's like, okay. Brianna's like, you know what? We should start our own traditions, like with Christmas Eve. Like, she's like, what do you think? I'm like, all right. I'm at first I was hesitant. I was worried and I was, you know, concerned about that. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do that. Let's do that.
See, the thing is,
and I'm looking forward to it. This is the first time. This is the first year of the new traditions, and I'm looking forward to it.
But you know, the thing is, this is gonna sound fucked up, and it is what it is. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to see my parents, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to see my siblings. So to me, like, you know, but like on the other end of it, like it's not like that for her family because I am generally like, you know what I mean? So like, it's very difficult to try to figure. See, here's the thing. When your family owns a bagel shop, you can't get anyone to work, and you don't expect anyone to work. So, like, guess who's going to be slinging bagels on Christmas Eve? Your boy.
Oh, yeah, you'll be slinging, yeah, for sure.
Your boy going to be slinging the meats on the grill and getting yelled at and getting burnt.
Yeah.
That's not enough bacon, Kenny. We told you. 4 ounces. That's 2.
Stop being cheap, bitch.
Stop eating the bacon. So, like, we do that, and then we'll come home, and we'll go see my mom. We'll go see my mom.
But like, aren't you gonna see your mom on Christmas Day?
No.
See, that's an issue.
So we've decided.
That's an issue.
We've decided that Christmas Eve is for my family and Christmas Day is for her family. And my siblings kind of do the same shit. So like, but because they have kids and stuff, so my mom will rotate around on Christmas Day.
Okay.
and visit the kids.
I got you.
So we're not there.
You'll be there.
Hopefully.
You'll be there someday, Kenny.
One day. Anyway, it's all fucked up, and we can run into this next week.
Listen, somebody's got to have the game on. You got to have the game on.
I know, but like my mom, like so. Okay, we're doing this. My mom, they lived in this like very nice home that was very large, and it was overly big. You know what I mean? There was places to go to watch the game. There was space.
Yeah.
They've downsized because they own 2 houses now, and this house, when I say it's downsized, it's downsized. It fits everyone, but you're not getting 7 people in the living room. You're getting
Downsizing?
You're getting 3, 4 at the most.
I can't hear someone say the word downsize and not do the Dwight Schrute downsizing.
I don't know. I'm stressed out.
We can talk about it next week. We have 2 more podcasts before Christmas. I think, Kenny, you said you're gonna eat the chip of death on December 20th. I think you said.
Yeah, I was looking at the family calendar when I was doing my poopsicle, and actually, my life insurance exam is next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday
at 7 a.m. So yeah, we'll decide what we want to do. It will happen, though. I owe it to the masses.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
It's gonna suck.
Maybe we should get some guests in here. Maybe we should make it like a complete roundtable guest pod on the 20th. Just have a whole complete shit show.
We should do that.
Let's talk off the air. People, thank you for listening to this fucking podcast. Share it, tell people about it. And we'll talk to you next week. Love you guys.
2 twin towers burn for several hours.
Goodbye.
Go birds.
Go birds.